segment.
Oh
dude.
my goodness, what are we? Oh, and my camera's just all sorts of off. Oh my god.
Why?
I just think it's like not. It's not showing off the best side of me, Grant. That's why. I'm not getting the best light. Okay. You understand? Do you understand, Grant? What are you trying to see? What you look like now?
No, I'm trying to see.
Are you self-conscious?
How you look? Are you happy with yourself?
Are
Are you happy with yourself? Dude?
I would like a little bit more complexion underneath the eyes.
All right. Well,
But
we'll have to get somebody. We'll have to get the makeup artist to give you a little bit more contour next time.
We can. I mean, we can call her now. We can ring her.
Nah, she left.
I can page her. Listen, me and her on a personal texting.
You got her
basis.
on your pager?
Yeah, on my pager.
Is she the only one on there?
No, everyone's on there, dude. You don't have a pager?
No, dude.
You didn't. Wow, I just guess nobody on the set of 20-somethings really likes you then.
That's not true.
No,
That's not true.
I mean, listen, it's probably pretty true if you're not
No,
talking.
the thing is that everybody on the set of 20-somethings only pages you because they don't want to have any more extended communication than sending you a little boop.
They know. No,
Like they want to have the least amount of communication as possible, so they just send you a little boop.
No.
Yeah,
See, the whole
that's what
point
happens, man.
The whole
with
point
me,
of
they're
it is-
texting me, they're FaceTiming
You
me.
just
With
said
you,
they
it's
don't
with you,
text
with
you.
you, it's like
So
boop.
which is,
I didn't say that.
Are they texting you?
I didn't
or
say that.
You listen.
No, I
know
said
what-
I don't have a pager, and then you said, "Oh, I guess no one 20-somethings wants to talk to you." And I said,
no
"No,
one
they just
20-somethings
want."
wants to text you.
Yeah, but they don't text you on a pager. You go boop.
No. I got a high-tech pager. They're texting me on that
So
pager.
a phone.
No, it's different.
All right.
You're just not caught up with the times.
All right, man.
All right. Anyway, now that
To be honest, man, we shout out to the team on 20-somethings
Yeah,
for helping
yo,
make this
yeah,
show
yo,
happen.
that
I mean,
team.
what would we do without
As
the
I sit
makeup
here-
artist, our lighting guy, Rob,
makeup artist. What's her name again?
Natalie.
Natalie. Wow,
Yeah.
we just assumed it was a female.
Would you assume Natalie's a female, dude?
Oh, Natalie could be a male. Probably not, but Natalie could be a male.
I don't know. I don't make those assumptions about people.
Well, to each his own. If I hear, never mind. Let's get into it. We get the first segment. We're trying a new thing with this show, guys. We're gonna start actually being organized and doing things with planning instead of just doing things on a whim.
Well, yeah, sort of.
Kind of.
Sort of.
It's
but
kind of
not
on a whim
really,
still.
because basically we're trying to add a tiny bit more structure to the show for the listener's pleasure. If it was up to us, we just keep rambling. But for your pleasure, we're gonna give it some structure. So what's gonna happen is probably over the next few weeks, we'll be testing out a few different things, unless we find something and it sticks. But we're gonna start breaking some things into segments. So what that means is basically it's still gonna be the same rambling within a compartment of like 15 minutes each or something like that.
Right.
Or maybe 20. I don't know. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. So
We'll
we'll go through it. You'll understand it by the end of the show, and we're in this together.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully
We'll
you'll
see.
understand it.
So,
First segment.
and this is how we're gonna start it
Yeah.
from here on out.
Well, we didn't. So we realized as the stream was starting that we didn't.
We didn't name it.
So we're gonna go.
But I said to Keith, I was like, hey, when we were planning our new segments, I was like, I think that we talk a lot about, things going on outside in the world, right? We talk a lot about, and we're going to be doing that. We're going to be talking about current events. We talk about trends, things that people are concerned about. But I feel like for this show to be successful, we need to, have some personal stuff in it.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And so the first segment that we want to do to basically give all of our listeners a little peek into our lives is sort of just a highs and lows of our past week.
Yeah.
Because it seems like, honestly, dude, my weeks are ridiculous.
Dude, you know
they
what
seem so long.
Well, you know what my thing is we should share this, because it's what the people want.
Yeah, no, it's not that my weeks are interesting. My philosophy behind this is that I feel like people will empathize, I feel like people will be like, yes, I understand you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your weeks are pretty interesting. I'd say your weeks are pretty interesting.
They're not that interesting.
No.
Well,
25.
yeah. It depends how you look at it. Some interesting stuff happens in my head throughout the week. Yeah, like I've got some stuff going on in my brain.
Yeah.
That's fascinating, but
Right.
outside of that, like from an outside point of view of like my physical body, I don't know.
No, not that
I
interesting.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's interesting. Maybe it's not. Maybe it fucking sucks.
Dude, that's part of it, man. That's part of the empathy. It's
Yeah,
like
right.
everybody's got some down times, dude.
Everyone's got some shit.
Yeah.
All right. So you wanna start? Or you want me to start? My high. Well, should we do the high first or the low first?
I don't know.
the shit end of the stick
I don't
or
know.
the nice gooey part.
All right. I don't know what kind of sticks you're picking up, dude. I don't know. Why don't we do highs and then lows?
And then lows?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
Go ahead.
Start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So my high of the week, some of you know that I work for a nonprofit called Kids Kicking Cancer, and my high of the week was I work, basically what the job is, a little gist is I go into hospitals and I teach kids that have cancer or blood diseases or anything of that sort of nature. I teach them martial arts. And I do it, through punches and kicks, and I also do it through a meditative aspect where we teach them how to kind of control their breathing and also then, therefore, be able to control how they feel their pain. And I have a bunch of little kids that I work with every week, and I got to promote one of them to another belt on Friday, and all the nurses were there, and everyone was cheering her on, and she's there, and, she's still going through treatment and everything, so she's still a little weak, but the smile on her face and being able to watch her go through that graduation ceremony and like see everyone supporting her and uplifting her and rooting her on, it kind of was like a metaphor for her treatment, and so it was really cool to watch. Just
That's
one
cool.
of those kids that has to go through absolute hell. And I didn't realize how much hell it was until I started working in these hospitals. These kids go through hell, and it was cool.
What does it mean when they graduate? What does that mean?
She's super into her martial arts, right?
Yeah.
And we're in a hospital room. I'm not doing like what I do with my kids, teaching mixed martial arts. It's very, very different. Still martial arts. She's still learning how to punch and kick and everything. But she was at a level where we said, you know what? She's ready for her next belt. She's showing that, she's ready to go every week. Even if she's going through treatment, she's got her gi on. Like she's ready to go. She knows her stuff. She knows her blocks and everything. So that sort of discipline and being able to learn everything, and then also the passion to keep wanting to learn. And, we ask them, are you eating the right things every week? Are you taking your medicine? Because that makes you a powerful martial artist. And every week, she's like, I'm eating my carrots and my broccoli, and I'm taking all my And I'm like, you're awesome. So we're going to give you a yellow belt. And just seeing, like, the smile on her face and everything, like, it made my whole week.
Nice.
It was really cool. Yeah, it was really cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. What's your high, Grant? Lay it on me.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, it's hard to top kids with cancer, so I apologize and open him with that one. That's why I
Yeah,
wanted
man.
you to start.
That's like the most uplifting story ever.
Yeah, right? I'm kind of a nice guy.
Yeah.
No.
Not really, though.
Not really.
You made that story up.
Yeah, I'm fibbing to
Honestly, you
everyone.
made that story up. It's kind of messed up, Keith. Let's see here. What is my high of the week? I don't know if I had one this week, man.
No?
This week was very stressful for me.
No moments in class or anything? Like, just a little moment where it was like, oh, that was cool. They got that. I love little moments like that. Like when you're teaching a kid and it finally sparks and they get it.
Dude, I don't know. I just think I had one of those weeks that it was just kind of stressful all the way through.
Nothing good? You didn't even eat a good meal?
I did. I had Indian food Friday night.
Nice.
That was nice. What else did I do Friday night?
Didn't we go out? Did we all go out for that Friday night? Or was that Saturday night? No, that was last week.
I genuinely cannot remember what I did Friday night.
Well, you had at least a good meal.
Yeah.
There's one thing. That was a good moment.
This is an awesome segment, dude.
You got to start looking for more good things, Grant.
It's not a matter of looking for more good things. It's just like What was my high of the week? God, I don't know.
You got to create some more highs. Toke the smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to give your low then?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what my fucking low is.
My low of the week was having the realization of how busy I am. That was a really low point in my week.
Yeah.
I was halfway through my week, and a little bit more than halfway, because it was right after I got off work on Wednesday, and it was 6:00, and I wasn't able to come home because I had to do a conference call for this other commitment that I have with this graduate committee that I'm a part of, setting up this conference for in the spring. And so I'm at my one job at the university, and I get off work there, but I can't go home after a full work day because I had to take the subway, and I had to call in at 6, and I got off at 6. So I had to stay there on the phone for an hour and a half for this conference.
I've had to do that.
And so there was that, right? It's like you wait all day to get off work, and you just want to go home.
Right.
And then I had to just sit there on the phone. And it was fine because, like, the commitment, like, it's something I'm interested in. But in addition to that, after I got off the phone, I had, like, 3 more things on my plate. Like, that's how that went down. And they were just like, hey, Grant, can you do this as well as this?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, okay. I'll do it, which I do way too often. Like, I take on way too much.
Yeah.
And, like, right when I got off the phone, I was like, oh, my God. Because I feel like I'm really good at managing my time.
Mm-hmm.
And I also really like staying busy. I actually don't like to be not doing anything. It actually makes me really uncomfortable. Like, I don't sit, like, I can't really sit around the apartment not doing anything. I'll never just, like, lay around and watch TV. The closest I'll get to that is watching a podcast. That's the closest I'll get to, like, doing nothing, right? So it's, like, my problem, right? Like, I did this to myself. But usually I'm pretty good at, like, compartmentalizing everything and, like, budgeting my time and putting it all together. But, like, at that moment, I was like, shit, like, I am now straddling the line of having just too much to do.
Right, like, not having any time.
Right, it's like there's one thing of being, like, super busy, and it's like, okay, I have to sacrifice my free time. It's going to dig into this. But I'm, like, very rapidly approaching a line of just having too much to do.
Right.
And that makes me anxious because I want to get it all done, and I don't want to let anything fall to the wayside. And so I had that Wednesday night, or last Wednesday night.
That anxiety of,
and
like, oh my God.
So that was my low of the week, was just, like, feeling that. That makes me anxious. That makes me anxious when I, like, get caught up in, like, everything I have to get done, especially when I'm not organized in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't been organized because everything just kind of, like, hit me like a fucking train, right? Like, the past
as it does
week and a half, right? Because when you work, especially when you work in university and you're in school, everything starts at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So everything, like, goes from 0 to 100 real quick.
Right.
And I didn't take the necessary time to get organized prior, so I've just kind of been like, whoa, like, everything's, like, in the same folder, like, everything's all over the place, there's shit all over my desk, like, running around, don't know what my schedule is, like, haven't gotten it down yet. And so that disorganization was not helping things, right? So it was like, I have a lot to do. I don't even really, like, know when I'm going to do it because I'm so unorganized in this moment. And I was just like, fuck.
That's hard.
That was my low of the week. So then I spent today getting organized.
That's, like, the biggest thing, right? Is, like, I've tried doing that recently, even though I don't really have much to organize. But, like, just not even with paperwork and, like, schoolwork and all that stuff, but just, like, organizing your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, being able to organize, like, and you, like you said, like, compartmentalizing your time. It's just something I've never been good at.
Yeah.
I run over shit all the time. I run under shit. I'm never. So now I have this thing where it's like, I got an iPad for Christmas, right? and I have like a notebook in the iPad for every single different. I have like a weekly work notebook where I plan out my whole week for work, and I have a weekly life notebook where I plan out my whole week for life, whether it's like acting shit or if I have a voiceover audition or if I have all sorts of things, just trying to compartmentalize and create some sort of structure in my life. Otherwise, we do so much. I mean, everyone does a lot nowadays, right? Everyone has 2 jobs, 3 jobs, a hobby, whatever. But we have 2 jobs, both of us.
Yeah.
You have 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2, 3 jobs, then like 2, 3 hobbies on top of that, on top of those 2, 3 jobs. And then like just trying to like, deal with the fact that it takes an hour and a half to get anywhere in the city by the subway.
Yeah.
And then it also takes an hour and a half to go grocery shopping and an hour and a half to do laundry. It's like compartmentalizing time is like more important now than I think it ever was. Organizing your life.
And I feel like I'm being constantly reminded of how little time I have. Like the other thing that happened this week was I was trying to set up a meeting with somebody. So I had to make a meeting with somebody that I'm working on with my thesis project, my thesis advisor. And we're emailing back and forth, and I have no time, like straight up. And so I opened the email thread, and I was like, hey, like, can we set up an initial meeting? And we start going back and forth with our schedules, and within 3 emails, I'm like, nothing works.
None of that works for me.
Nothing works because I have no time. I literally had to email him today because he's so nice. He offered to come meet me at one of my other jobs, like in the area, to meet up with me so we can go over this stuff.
He's from another job, and he
from one of the universities. I work at another university, and to basically meet me in the middle.
Wow.
And I was like, I can't because I go to my 3rd job at that time.
Right.
And I had to type that today.
Right.
Like
the amount of like cracks happening in your heart typing that, like, oh no, I have to go.
But also just explaining that to somebody.
Right.
Like, it's a weird thing to explain to somebody, It's like, why are you so busy, dude?
Right. What's going on?
And then having to explain it to somebody like makes you like self-reflect on how busy you actually are. And so
it's the grind.
It's the grind. It's nothing permanent, but
it's nothing permanent. It just happens till you're 60, and then you come out of this hellhole and you die.
Well, but I have to work on it because I have trouble, like, even like the past, like on the break that I've had recently, like I have a tough time just sitting. I have a tough time not working on something. I can't just chill. I got no chill.
You're doing music the whole time.
I know. I can't just hang, dude.
So see, I can.
I can't do that. I can't do it.
When I'm on my off time, like if I don't have, first things first, like if I have stuff I need to do for acting or voiceover, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Then, I'm very content.
Yeah.
Kicking my feet up, I'll turn on a video game, I'll turn on a TV show, whatever. I'm very content doing it. I like my me time.
Yeah. See, I'm not like that at all.
I sit in it. I sit in that shit.
Yeah, dude. I escape that immediately.
Yeah.
I start working right when I wake up every morning, like immediately.
See, I like doing that. You know what's funny? I like doing that. Like, I like getting up and like sitting here and having a cup of coffee and like writing out my day and like doing my morning work and everything. The step that always I fucking fall down the stairs on is literally getting out of bed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like that thing. It's like
that's gotten increasingly difficult for me.
I
think it's because we live in a basement.
Right.
I think that has a lot to do with it. For our listeners that don't know, my room doesn't have windows because we have a duplex on the bottom floor of a building in Brooklyn.
You're seeing the upstairs floor right now.
Yeah, and so there's no windows in my room. And that, man, if people have not had a room with no windows, it is really hard to wake up.
Yeah,
I'm used to it now, but it's still hard. It's still hard.
Even my room, I have a little slit. Like, it's a little thing, and it's blocked by a concrete wall that's a foot away.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those, like, sewer grates. So, like, my window is, like, in the bottom of a sewer grate, pretty much. So it's like, I get, like, light, quote, unquote, like, it's not really anything substantial. But, yeah, living in the basement sucks. Waking up is not fun.
I don't
down
think
there.
living in the basement sucks. I think honestly the only downside about it really is waking up is
And the
really
cold.
difficult. And it's cold, but that's not every
Do you
basement.
have-
That's just our basement.
Do you have an upside to the basement? Oh, I guess like maybe no worry about creating noise or people underneath.
An upside for the basement?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a ton of space.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Yeah, like you said, there's no like noise limitations, and yeah, I guess that's kind of it.
It's wow, real kickers there. It's
No, but it really is like a ton of space.
It is a lot of space.
It's like a nice space. It just needs a window. I've been thinking about getting one of those artificial things going. Like you can buy like an artificial lights, but they even make things now that like look like windows,
Right.
And they have a light behind it, and like it comes on like the sun.
You should probably do that. Honestly.
Yeah, we'll see. We might be moving, so I don't want to invest in anything too super expensive.
Well, if you get it, then I'll probably buy it off you because I'll be in that other basement room.
Oh, that's true.
If we move over there.
That's true. Anyway, what's your low?
Yeah, my low of the week. Oh, my low.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
Gross.
Hey.
Man. My low of the week. I did a little dirty, Grant.
Oh no. What does that mean, dude?
I did a little.
Don't start this with that.
I did a little.
You can't say that, man.
Dirty.
You're gonna get yourself in trouble, dude. You can't say that.
I can say that.
No, you can't. That
Just
has implications.
Listen, but then see what? Then that's your problem for sound clipping me. You should listen and get the context.
We just lost 5 viewers. Dude.
5?
Yeah, 5
Out
people
of
were like,
6?
I don't want to hear this. 5 viewers were like, dirty now.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Everything else they say.
Well,
on
when
this
you say I
podcast,
did a little dirty, it sounds like
listen,
you're gonna
no,
get
no,
into
no,
something.
No, I didn't say I did a little dirty. I said I did a little dirty.
Yeah, dude, that's worse. Dude.
No.
That sounds like you're gonna tell us some weird sexual escapade that you went on. You know?
Who says I'm not?
I don't know, but that's what people are thinking.
All right, is the suspense killing you?
All right, let me have it, dude. Let me have it.
So, it was a dark night.
Oh God.
I decided, you know what? I've been inside all day. It's a little cold. I need to get some fresh air. So I went over to the corner store, and I bought myself an entire thing of Ritz crackers.
Yes, you did, dude. Dude, Keith this week has bought like, listen, you say a little dirty. Keith's bought like 10 boxes of Ritz crackers. No, you have, dude. Literally every day I come home and there's like another empty box of Ritz crackers in the recycling, and I'm like, Keith, dude, you're going through those like crazy, and he can't even talk because his mouth is full of Ritz. He's like, he has like dry mouth. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like crumbs.
It's a phase, man.
There's like crumbs coming out everywhere. If he doesn't have Ritz crackers in his mouth, he has bacon in his mouth.
Or cheese.
Or cheese, or both at the same time. But straight up, Keith has been literally bathing in Ritz crackers.
And bacon.
Yeah, it's very strange.
It's nice. It's a good life. You should try it if you haven't.
I understand why that's a low, though, because honestly, boring ass snack to go to the store and buy, dude.
Well, not even that. It was so you didn't
add a little flavor to your life.
You didn't let me finish on it, dude, because that wasn't even the low part of it.
Oh.
It's that I bought a container of these Ritz crackers thinking, oh, this will last me the week. I then came home. I opened up a sleeve.
You ate the whole thing.
I ate an entire sleeve.
Dude, this is what this is what I just told the people.
In a matter of an hour. Just fucking down.
Dude, that's not.
Just took the sleeve and just like one after the other. They're good.
This is a good representation of your awful character. You know? Like, this is a good representation of the type of person you are.
Yeah. I just eat everything.
Dude, you're so gluttony. You're full of gluttony.
I just consume.
Yeah, man. Every time I see you, have a mouthful of Ritz crackers.
Yeah, well, you know.
It's always been that way.
Ritz is
I have to have you spit them out before we start recording, and then you have dry mouth the whole time.
Don't bring some cheese into the picture, man, because it'll be a bad day for you.
Why?
I don't know.
It'll probably be a mess, dude.
It'll be a bad day. Ritz crackers and cheese, you have it coming. You have it coming for you, man. If you want to keep running your mouth.
Dude. I don't give in. I don't give in to terrorist threats.
You want to keep running it off like a savage.
Listen, man. I'm not the one that did a dirty with the Ritz crackers. All right.
Yo, listen, Ritz crackers call for dirtiness. They got salt all over them. They want the dirt.
Go flop around in your pig pen, dude.
It's downstairs. It's got a little sewer for a window.
Yeah, exactly. Go roll around in your slop, dude. Oink, oink, oink. Anyway.
All right. Should we go on to the next segment?
Yeah, we should.
Oh, wait. Are you going to do a high, or are you just going to not do a high this week? You're going to ruin your own segment.
All right.
Grant.
Let me think about it for another second.
Oh, my God.
Give the kid a second, all right? Give the kid a second.
Give the kid another minute. Give him another minute.
Okay.
I can't wait. We have the next segment. Oh, it's going to be tasty.
Oh, dude, I did have a high.
Oh, yeah?
We are producing
Was it when you saw me wake up in the morning?
No, dude. Oh, my God. That was second in line for my low.
I've been waiting.
That was right behind me feeling like my life was falling apart. That's how bad that was.
Jesus, that's what caused the downfall.
Dude, that was
as soon as you saw me, you were like,
I saw you
fuck.
and the Jenga tower just went, you know? You pulled the last piece out.
That last piece.
Yeah, dude. You were like a meteor hitting the Jenga tower. It wasn't even a piece. I produced some awesome music for a new podcast that Soundfall Nation's producing.
Hey,
it's a good feeling.
Yeah, you did.
It's a good feeling. We got clients coming our way, dude.
Yes, sitting right on our knees,
making bags, bro.
Them green dollar signs.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Money.
Anyway, okay. No, I'm just kidding. But not really.
But that's your high though, right? Like,
yeah, that was great.
High. That's a good.
That was good. Okay. So, hey, first segment. Ba-da-ba.
Not bad. I like that segment though. I like that.
So that's a little glimpse into our life. Kind of depressing, right? Okay. Moving on. Our next segment, we're gonna start playing a little game, and it's not so different than 20-somethings. Like it is still 20-somethings, but basically we're adding the structure of a game to how we're going to go about this.
Right.
Now, on our Layovers episode, we usually concentrate on a soul topic, but this new segment, Keith and I are going to try to one-up each other. So prior to the show, the past week, we go through the news and we try to gather a series of headlines and news things, and we're going to talk about them. But basically, the name of the game is who can bring in the most ridiculous headline.
Yeah.
In some capacity. I mean, that could be like politically ridiculous. That can just mean crazy, stupid, funny. I mean, just like who can bring in the well-rounded collection of headlines.
And you're going to vote.
Yeah, we want our viewers to vote. I mean, we'll decide I'm going to win. But, you know.
No.
Yeah, dude.
No, dude.
Yeah.
Listen, I already told all of my personal fans to tune into the stream. So
yeah,
they're
okay.
Gonna
well,
vote.
Listen, I'm competitive, man.
You are the least competitive person
I
have ever met in my life. If a bee challenged you to a walking contest, you'd say, fuck that.
I don't lose.
That's how competitive you are.
I don't lose.
You don't lose because you don't play.
Dude, no. The thing is, I play, but I only play with the best.
You do not. You face the losers.
I only play with the
chess.
best, dude. Serena Williams, come see me. Come see me on the courts. You know what I'm saying? Michael Phelps, catch me in the pool. Tom Brady, catch me kissing our sons.
Enough with Brady, man.
All right.
Just loves to crap on Brady.
Starting the headline competition. We got to come up with a flashy name for this.
Yeah, we do. We got to come up with a flashy name.
Like headlines going head to head.
Head to headline.
Dude, that sounds like an ad for a news agency.
Towing the headline.
No, dude.
Head. Just head. All right. You want to go first? You want to do yours first? Since I started the highs and lows.
All right, yeah, I could do mine first. All right. So, I even have a strategy for how I'm going to go about this. Here's my strategy.
You better not steal my strategy,
no, dude.
Which I gave to you
was
willingly.
What was it?
My voice, man. You can't steal the voice.
Oh, dude, I'm not doing the voice.
Okay.
The viewers will get annoyed with the voice.
No.
My strategy is I'm going to go from low to high. Ready? So I'm going to raise the heat as I go through these, right?
All right.
Okay?
All right.
So
I didn't do that. Damn. Okay.
So my first one is Now, this is the actual headline,
Okay.
people. This is under news, okay? Delta is sorry for its napkins that encouraged its passengers to flirt.
Wow. Really? Did
Yeah.
you say what the, does it say
So
what
let
the
me read.
napkin
Let me give some background to this. All right. Both Delta and Coca-Cola apologized after a marketing campaign that encouraged passengers to give their numbers to their plane crushes on napkins, prompted a debate on whether it was creepy or harmless. So there's a
Wait,
photo.
Give out their numbers on the napkins?
Yeah. So Delta, I guess it's a contract between Delta and Coke, right? And Coke has like these sponsored napkins on Delta flights, and so on the napkins, it has a little note. I have a photo of it in front of me. Like one side of the napkins says, because you're on a plane full of interesting people and hey, ... you never know. And then on the other side of the napkin, there's a place to write your name and your number to hand your napkin to somebody.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's weird.
And so
I don't
both
like
companies came out and apologized. Coca-Cola came out and apologized. Delta came out and apologized. I don't know.
Well,
I don't think that that's so bad.
I think it's weird. I don't think it's something you should apologize for.
Well,
I just
right.
think it's like,
People were outraged, apparently.
of course they were outraged, but like there's
They
a
said
difference
some
between-
people said they found the napkins unintentionally creepy, which it is a little creepy.
Yeah,
but
it
it's
can be.
silly, you know.
Right. It's also near. Is this recent? It's near Valentine's
No
Day.
one appreciated unsolicited phone numbers from passengers who were gawking at them on a plane. That's true.
Fair.
If you put it in terms like that,
Yeah.
all right. But mostly harmless, and also like
See, the thing is,
I could see the people. I feel like there's like this.
there's always going to be people that abuse anything, right? And you're gonna. They're like, this is not a weird. Inherently, it's a nice thing. Back in the 50s, it would be probably a nice thing.
One person said the napkins practically encouraged affairs.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
kind of, because
listen,
people are going on
business
business trips all the time.
Yeah, that's. Fair.
But I think that's like a thing. Like, yeah, that's a funny comment. But like, I also at the same time, while like encourages affairs, I also think that like there's this sort of like romantic thing about like meeting somebody on a plane. I
Right.
feel like that's the plot in a lot of films
Yeah,
and
it
like
is.
TV shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was definitely where they were coming from.
Right. It's
You
near
know?
Valentine's Day. It's like.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I didn't even think Valentine's Day was this week.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. So I mean, I see it, but people abuse everything. So
Yeah.
like, it's not inherently.
it's
weird.
not.
just
It's like a little bizarre.
right.
But is it worth like demanding an apology? I
Probably
don't
not.
know.
Probably not.
I don't. And if you're joking and you're saying it encourages affairs, fine. But if you're saying that seriously,
Right.
all right, people.
Maybe you're
Listen,
the one that's
if you're the
going for
guy,
affair.
if you're the guy who's like totally committed to his wife and then reads a napkin and decides he's gonna have an
And says,
affair,
you know what? I
that's
wasn't gonna
not the napkin's fault,
Right.
You know,
Right. It's not
that's
like,
not the
well,
napkin's
if
fault.
I didn't have this napkin,
Could you imagine
I
that
wouldn't go to
conversation
that
with his
girl.
wife afterwards? It was the napkin,
Right.
You know,
Right.
it wasn't me. It was the napkin. It was the Delta napkin.
Delta told me to do it. All right.
Delta busting up marriages.
Doing what they do, man. Doing what they do.
Delta busting up marriages.
That's why they
dude.
never pair you up with your significant other when you get on the plane. They're like, nah. She sits over there. You sit over here. It's like, oh.
It is kind of hard to
You're
do.
trying to
yeah.
pair us up, huh? Trying to do a little matchmaker.
All right, Keith. Try to one up that, dude.
All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for this shit? Ooh. We're gonna. All right. I'll do this one first. As I hold this up to my face, woman pose. Oh, I gotta do my voice. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Breaking news. Oh, wait, where'd it go? Breaking news. Woman poses as Walgreens pharmacist for years, hands out 750,000 prescriptions.
Are you serious?
She posed at, think about like on the surface, that's like, oh, that's like, is that an Onion article? But she posed as a pharmacist. Think
Who
about
gets
that.
in trouble for that?
Probably, I would assume for years it's got to be both parties. There's got to be some sort of class action lawsuit
I don't
going
know,
against
man. I
that
feel
place
like that's
now.
kind of Walgreens bad.
Well, I'm sure they're definitely at fault in some
But actually,
capacity.
I think that when you have to sign documents when you're becoming employed that say something along the lines of, like, I sign off on like everything that I put on my resume as being true. You've seen that before, right? Like I sign off that everything on my resume is
Right.
like true.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like, if they look into it.
Yeah, they do it on job applications all the time.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think it's like fraud.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure she's getting arrested. Let me read a little bit of it for you.
Okay.
I think she might be. At the end, it says the case remains under investigation. But let's see what it says. During questioning, Lee, this woman, Lee or Lay, told the board, "Me and my son would be very grateful if you could just forget about this." According to documents filed by the board, Lay handled out 745,355 prescriptions.
A ton of prescriptions
in the course of a decade as a pharmacist and pharmacy manager.
And she has no training. That's the thing.
Huh?
That's what it is. She has no degree. She has no training in this.
It is. I guess she has no degree. It looks like. She told them she attended Creighton University, but records revealed she never graduated. When the board asked Lay for her pharmacist license number, they said they discovered Lay had used the license numbers of 2 pharmacists with similar names. So
Wow.
Pharmacists have license numbers.
Yeah.
They didn't check that before they hired her?
Well, that and also those people that she's using them.
Yeah. Right, using their names.
Oh, she's 100% going to jail.
She's fucked. Yeah, she's fucked.
Oh my God.
That's
a crazy story.
Right.
Also, like, why would you do that?
Find another job.
I mean, I know
they make money.
They make money. They do make decent money, but also, like, how did nobody pick up on that?
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Right, for a decade, for 10 years.
How'd they finally find out? Did it say?
I guess they. Let's see. During questioning, nope. I don't know. I don't think it really.
That's crazy. That's so crazy.
Okay, so here's what it says who's in trouble. Lay isn't the only one in trouble. The board is looking at revoking Walgreens' pharmacy license at the stores where Lay worked. Walgreens couldn't tell the board if they had requested or reviewed Lay's pharmacist license and couldn't furnish her employment application during the agency's investigation.
Dude, that's terrifying.
Dude, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having a pharmacist that has no idea what they're doing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You'll kill someone.
Right. Dude, that's crazy. It's crazy that nobody's been killed.
Right. Right.
It's crazy that there hasn't been like an overdose or something,
I mean,
or an allergic reaction.
Maybe there has been, and they didn't realize that it came from the pharmacy.
Oh man, that's bad.
It could open up all sorts of
shit.
Dude,
people are crazy.
You're out of your mind.
These stories that come out, people are crazy.
Yeah.
That was a good one, Keith. That was a crazy one. That was a crazy one.
And you know why it was good? Because of my voice.
Yeah, I think everybody's forgotten about that already.
No.
All right.
Go ahead, Grant. Topic.
Okay. I'm debating. So we're doing 3, right? We're doing like the competition's like 3.
3 each. Yeah, 3 each.
All right. So I'm debating between 2 because one of them is going. It's like, it's so ridiculous. Like, it's not a crazy headline, but it's so ridiculous that like it's worth saying.
Okay.
And the other one is like pretty crazy. So I'm probably gonna go with the one that's gonna give me the most points, but I'm also gonna read the other one just so people know.
All right.
So.
All right, you.
The
freaking cheater.
I'm not cheating, dude.
I'm
not cheating, dude. We'll let
liar.
Listen, we'll leave that to jury decide, dude.
No. All right.
Okay, so here's the one that is hilarious and also just like to me so like 21st century like first world problems, you know?
Oh God.
Fiji Water absolutely dragged the Fiji Water girl in its countersuit against the model.
Dragged her?
So.
Oh, they dragged her, huh?
Yeah. Here's the quote underneath.
A company dragged her?
The irony is not lost on Fiji that Miss Steinbeck has now bitten the hand that feeds her. This was Fiji Water's. So what happened was for people that don't know, yeah, this came from the statement from the lawyers from Fiji Water.
Oh, God.
People that don't know, Fiji Water girl, you all know who she was. She was at the awards, Emmys or something. I don't know.
Yeah, one of them.
Doesn't matter. Whatever. She was like an internet sensation for like a day.
Yeah.
Whatever. She was trending because she would like photobomb these photos. Nobody cares about her anymore. But because nobody cared about her after a week, she probably realized, oh shit, I need to make money somehow off of this, which she already did apparently. Apparently, Fiji Water paid her $90,000 to like use her image.
Oh, really?
For whatever, to have like cutouts of her or something. That had already happened. Then a week later, she was like, actually, I never signed off on that, but she accepted the money. And then she was like, you need to pay me $500,000 to use my image. And Fiji Water was like, no. And so now they're countersuing her for that, for like a defamation kind of thing. And she's probably going to get fucked, I imagine.
Yes, I would assume if you're going up against a major company like Fiji, and listen, what probably happened, honestly, like it was probably her being like, oh my God, my name's not in the limelight anymore. I gotta fuck. But it's also probably a lawyer being like, her name's not in the limelight anymore.
Oh, a lawyer totally reached out to her and was like, hey, have you looked at this?
Right.
You know, like, do you know how much money you can make?
More money from them for
absolutely.
Yeah.
But now she just looks like a
needy
greedy.
Little,
she just looks greedy, you know. And she was kind of like lovable for a second as like this cute girl in the background, and now she just kind of looks like somebody who's just after money.
My thing is like, as someone that does like, you know, I go on print auditions, I would be pissed if I booked a job, they told me they were going to pay me a certain amount of money, and then didn't pay me that money.
Yeah.
That's not what happened to her. What happened to her is she was hired as like an extra.
Yeah, she kind of took advantage. She probably could have gotten in big trouble for that.
She was just hired as an extra to stand and hold up the Fiji water at the thing, and then she just started photobombing photos, and people loved her for it.
Could have gone the opposite way.
Could have gone the total opposite way, but it didn't.
Right.
So, and then Fiji reached out and said, "Hey, we want to use you, so let's give you we're gonna give you $90,000."
Awesome.
Listen,
thanks.
Yeah. As someone that I've seen contracts with different commercial companies and like how much they pay actors and everything, $90,000. Thumbs up to you. Take it.
Right.
$500,000. Fuck out of here.
Right.
Fuck out of here. That's, I mean, good for you for trying to get what you want to get, but
it's not getting what you want to get.
That's crazy.
At that point, that's you being greedy.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
You just taking it way too far.
You weren't that famous, girl.
Also, like, I think you should feel lucky. Like, if somebody gives you $90,000, you could have actually severely messed up your career. By the graces of God, it worked out in your favor.
Right.
You became like an internet sensation for a day, and also made $90,000. Like, take that and run. Because now reading this, I'm like, this girl, you know, like it's like kind of like tarnishing her image.
Yep. Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, it's like, and also the other thing too is like you're in a time right now where you're trying to boost up your image. You're trying to make people like you.
This isn't a good PR stunt.
No, you got the 15 seconds of fame, and now you got to capitalize on that. And by showing that you you really just care about the money initially, that's not a good look for you to have publicly.
Right.
So X on that Fiji water girl.
Yeah.
Big X.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2. Oh wait, no, you had another one though, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, so this is not a part of the competition.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it anyway. So
I just want everybody to know
more.
that Netflix is paying $10 million for Ocasio-Cortez campaign documentary.
Yeah, I saw that.
That just needs to be said, because $10 million is a lot of money.
Yeah.
To pay for. I don't want to go off on a whole tangent on this. She seems all right. You know, she seems like a good person, but she doesn't have any power. So I don't know why anybody cares. She's in the House of Representatives along with 500 other people.
Right.
She's not a senator.
No. The reason they're doing it is because she's made waves, and that's it.
No, well, she just looks good on camera.
Right. Well, and she's made waves. I mean, she's
making headlines.
Yeah. She keeps making waves.
But, I don't know. $10 million?
It's a lot of money.
If I was for Ocasio-Cortez, you would think she would. I hope that she says, like, oh, I'll take that $10 million, and
they're paying her $10 million?
Whoever made the campaign documentary. I can't imagine she's not seeing any of that money. If she's the one in the documentary.
I don't know.
I don't know. I would find that very hard to believe.
Well, listen, $10 million is a lot of money to be spending on a documentary. What the hell are you spending your money on?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like why are they paying? It's a little odd that Netflix is paying the woman who's all about like redistributing money $10 million for her documentary.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Like, that's a little strange to me. Mm-hmm. That's all I had to say. I also just think like paying $10 million for a documentary about somebody who's just one of 500 other representatives in the House, and all of them are working, and all of them do things.
Right.
And she just happens to be a cute young one that looks good on camera.
Right.
It's a little messed up.
You know what you should do? Instead of doing a documentary on Ocasio-Cortez, you should do a documentary on the way that the government works and highlight someone that's trying to change, just trying to make reform. So highlight someone like Ocasio-Cortez.
Right. Yeah.
But don't make a documentary solely about why.
Because it will make them money. Because
Right.
people will watch it. Because she's kind of like the equivalent to like an internet sensation right now.
Yeah, sure. No, she definitely. You should see her Twitter, dude. She
Yeah.
claps back at everyone. But she's definitely an internet sensation. But I feel like it would be more productive.
She's a
Maybe
celebrity.
Yeah.
That's what she's turned into. She's a celebrity.
She has like
But,
5
like, it
million
doesn't-
followers on Twitter.
But it doesn't negate like everybody else that's also working. That's what
Right.
I think. That I don't have anything personally against her. I think I have something against how people are responding to her.
Right.
It's like, come on, people. Like, she's not the only one working. She's
Right.
not.
Just because she comes
Just
up with
because
the
she's
best,
good at social media
Right.
doesn't mean she's like the only one that's
she comes up with the best 280 character statements. Pretty
Right.
much, that's what it is.
so.
You know, I mean, she's got some good ideas. I'm not gonna put her down. She's
That's
got
what I'm
some
saying.
good
That's what I'm
ideas.
saying. I'm not against her.
Yeah, I'm not against her either.
Well, I'm saying I think it's a little strange that everybody's so into her, but not into anybody else.
Well, it's like, well, yeah, why don't we have the hype for just the House of Representatives in general
right,
rather than just one of them?
because she's young and she's good looking,
Yeah, well.
and she's saying things that kind of people want to hear. I guess.
So is America.
So that one doesn't count towards the competition.
Yeah,
but I just
so
wanted to talk
don't
about it.
count that. Don't take that into account when you vote for me.
You could.
No,
but
don't.
it doesn't actually.
Don't.
But you could.
If you do it, I will find you. Moving on.
Yeah, your turn.
My number 2.
I'm gonna take it home with my next one, but yeah, you can
You're
give it a
not
shot,
taking
dude.
anything home.
You can give it a
dude.
shot.
You're not taking anything.
Is this the
home.
last one? No, I started it.
No, dude, I got 2 more. Okay,
Oh,
stop
God,
trying to
wow,
jump
I
the
was
gun
I,
here.
honestly, the first one was so boring. I forgot. I forgot where we were. Forgot where we were, dude.
Whoa. Okay. I got a few good ones too. Man, this is really hard to choose. I don't know. All right, you ready for this? Man Man threw meth-fueled death party for his wife before she died.
Wait, what does that mean? You gotta explain that one.
Oh, wait, I gotta do my voice. Hold on. Breaking news. Man threw meth-fueled death party for his wife before she died, deputies say. Now you want me to explain it? I had
Yeah.
to do the voice. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, dude. It's just gonna lose you points, but it's
It's not
fine.
gonna lose
It's
me
fine.
points, man. It's gaining me all the points. Can I read the whole thing? Okay, good. Oh my God. Oh, it should. All right, I gotta go through this. If I'm gonna read this, I gotta read it.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's cool. I'm gonna read it anyway.
All right.
A man accused of giving his ailing wife methamphetamine told authorities he threw her a, quote, death party before she died. Jesus Christ. The Mankato Free Press reported that Dwayne Arden Johnson, 58, of Searles, Minnesota, was charged with criminal neglect and receiving stolen property after his wife's death on Thursday. That's it. Deputies said Johnson called 911 at about noon to report that his wife, Deborah Lynn Johnson, 69, had died. Officers arrived at the couple's home and found the words, "Death Party God Hell," spray painted on the front door. A naked Dwayne Johnson allegedly ran outside and said his wife was dead, then ran back inside to take a bath. He was later found in the bathtub hallucinating and trying to wash white and black, quote, things from his skin. The newspaper reported that Deborah had been living in a nursing home, but Dwayne checked her out days earlier because she wanted to die at home. Dwayne Johnson said they took methamphetamine and she stopped taking her medications. They spent their final hours having sex and listening to metal band Quiet Riot.
Wow.
What a way to fucking go out.
The funniest part about that whole article is that his name's Dwayne Johnson.
Wow. Yeah, Dwayne Johnson. Yeah,
That's the
it's spelled
funniest part about
differently.
the
It's
whole-
spelled differently. And it says Dwayne said Deborah began having convulsions, but wouldn't let him call police. After she died, Johnson said he washed his wife's body and wrapped her in linen, quote, like the Bible told me to.
All right, man. That's cool.
It's just weird, man. Like,
People are so strange.
yeah. I mean, have you ever heard people like talking about that though? Like, I'm not gonna try heroin ever until I'm like on my deathbed and I'm gonna do heroin.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, I'd probably do that too.
Why wouldn't you do that?
I know. It's like if I'm gonna go, give me what everyone says is like the best thing ever.
What's kind of messed up about that is like, did it say that she was going to die? Like she had days to live?
So he checked her out of the nursing home, because she wanted to die at home. She was gonna die. She was gonna die. She was close to dying. She wanted to do it at home. A lot of people have that. They have that preference, and I get that totally.
Yeah.
You want to die in your bed, totally makes sense. But,
Well,
fucking crazy.
yeah.
Fucking.
People are weird.
Imagine like having that conversation with your wife, like, "Hey, I know you're gonna die."
How old
soon.
was this guy?
He was 58. She was 69.
She was 69?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I thought they were, like, young.
No. They were older. Yeah.
That makes the story a lot funnier.
Right, and then they were having sex on meth, listening to metal music, and then she died. Not funny, but kind of funny.
Kind of funny.
Kind of funny.
It's kind of funny.
The situation's a little funny. Her
Wow.
dying is not funny, but the situation is funny.
People are very strange.
Yep, people will do weird shit. All right, Grant, number 3.
All right, time to bring it home because
blow me out of the water with this one.
Dude. All right, so here we go.
Do your best.
This one's great. A 24-year-old man dies after an e-cigarette explodes in his face.
Oh, have you heard of that happening?
So no, I haven't. Not
I've
until
never heard
this.
of someone dying over
Yeah,
it.
so
Fuck.
the man suffered a stroke after the exploded e-cigarette penetrated his neck, according to the medical examiner's report. A 24-year-old man in Texas died after a vape pen exploded in his face, according to the medical examiner. William Brown from Fort Worth was using a vape pen when it exploded, severing his left carotid
artery.
carotid artery and causing him to have a cerebral infarction, a stroke, according to a preliminary report from the Tarrant County Medical Examiner's office. He died 2 days later.
Dude, that's nuts. So basically what must have happened is the blood, I'm guessing from the severed artery, must have shot up to his brain and splattered on his brain.
His death was ruled an accident.
Dude, that's nuts, man. These lithium, it's the lithium.
Somebody else who died too, apparently. Last May, a 38-year-old Florida man likely became the first person in the U.S. to die as a result of an e-cigarette explosion.
Fuck.
Dude, that's crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah, it is. It's these lithium-ion batteries. It was the same thing that happened in those. What are those things called? The things you put your feet on and they like roll. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
What
The levitating things. What were they called?
Yeah, what the hell are they called?
God, I don't know. That was so dumb.
I would never want to be on one, but those things were exploding too. That's why they were banned from going on subways. Same sort of battery. It's a lithium-ion battery, and the e-cigarettes have been exploding in people's pockets and shit.
Jeez.
Yeah,
From overheating?
I don't know if it's overheating or just something wrong with the battery or the connection or something, but they just explode.
Now so what I want to know is,
Dude, that's crazy.
If it was like a vape, like one of those big vapes that people carry,
like a big, yeah,
like the, you know what I mean,
it
like
looks
the
like
one
a tank, like it.
Yeah, or
like
sometimes,
a flask.
yeah. So there's those, but some people also have like the crazy looking ones that are like glass, almost looking. You never seen those?
No.
People go crazy with their vapes. It's like, all right, calm down.
A glass vape?
I don't know if it's actually glass, but it's like clear. So.
Well, then there's also the Juuls, which I don't think this is a Juul. I think the Juul has a different sort of battery.
I don't know, but like, maybe this is too soon.
What? What's too soon?
Maybe this is too soon, dude. But
what are you gonna say? Hot take.
Douchiest way to die.
I mean,
douchiest way to die is your e-cigarette exploding in your face.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
listen, he could have been a nice guy though.
I know. I'm just saying,
you're just describing the way he died.
If anybody dies that way,
are you giving an adjective to the way he died and not to him, or are you giving the adjective?
No, I mean, if anybody dies that way, like, it's a little douchey.
Oh God. I hope I don't die that way.
I'll say it at your funeral. If you die that way, I'm gonna say it was a little.
I'll stand and be like, listen.
If you die that way, I'm gonna be like, it was a little douchey.
He was a little bit of a douchebag.
Yeah, I mean, for him to go out like that, it was a little douchey.
Kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Kind of a jerk.
All right. So that one took it home. So we don't even have to do your third one. So let's move on to the last segment.
No, you have already gone to do 4.
No, I didn't do 4, dude. But you can vote for all 4 if you want to.
Nobody will be voting for any. Okay. They will be voting for my.
No, I'm saying like cumulatively, you could vote for all 4 if you want to.
Listen, just close the lips. Okay, just close the lips. It's my turn.
Close the lips.
I got the mic, bro. I got the mic. Okay, I'm trying to decide. One of them is crazy, like it's fucking crazy. And the other one is just like, wow, they're assholes.
You got to think of it as like a masterpiece with your first 2. Well, actually, I shouldn't have told you that. That's my strategy.
Well, I don't want your strategy because you always lose at shit.
That's not true.
I'm gonna go with my strategy because
Dude,
I always win at
the
shit.
reason why I don't play games anymore with people is because winning got boring.
You know who thinks otherwise? The winningest person ever. You know
It's
who
not even
that
a word.
is?
It's not even a word,
It's a word.
dude.
The winningest person ever. Do you want me to say it again and repeat
Please
the
don't.
word? The winningest person ever. Tom motherfucking Brady.
Yeah.
He doesn't get bored. You know
you
what he
know-
says? You know what he says, Grant? He said they ask him, "What's your favorite ring?" And he says, "The next one."
Dude, you want to know? Yeah, he just keeps going though because he keeps sucking all the youth out of his son's mouth.
Oh God, stop! Enough. All right, I'm gonna go with the crazy one. I think I'm gonna shock people.
All right.
Y'all better be scared of your phones and your tablets, people, with this headline. Breaking news. Boy, 13, arrested after telling Siri he wanted to shoot up a school.
Oh wow,
How fucking crazy is that?
that's kind of good.
Well, it's good. So we toe the line here.
Yeah.
Like, it's good, but it's also
So that they know.
right. They know, like they can hear everything. I want to
Yeah.
kind of read and see like how they figured it out, but
Wow, that means pretty much everything you do on your computer or phone they know about.
oh, so no, okay, so listen to this. Okay, so this is a little bit more clarification. That is a misleading headline. An Indiana middle schooler was busted for telling Siri he planned to open fire. Oh, Jesus Christ! For telling Siri he planned to open fire on a school, prompting the digital assistant to suggest possible ones nearby. Police said in reports Friday.
Wow.
The unnamed 13-year-old boy is accused of telling Siri, "I am going to shoot up a school," quote, end quote. The Valparaiso Police Department told the Northwest Indiana Times. The voice-activated iPhone assistant then responded with recommendations for several schools in the area, an interaction the boy posted in a screenshot on social media.
All right. Well, that was stupid.
Right. One of the kid's friends saw the post and quickly called the cops, according to the police. The boy was being held at Porter County Juvenile Detention Center, but cops don't believe he posed a real danger because he made no specific threat on a person or place, saying it was likely meant to be a joke.
All right. No, that's not a funny joke.
No,
man.
it's not. It's like, well, you know what he was doing. It's like, oh, like Siri told me where to shoot up.
Right, but that's still not funny.
Not
That's
funny
not
at
funny.
all. Not funny at all.
You're a douche.
Right.
You
and
suck.
then to post it and you gotta.
Yeah.
This is a high school. It's a middle school. You gotta understand.
That's awful. Like,
Yeah, it is.
Hey, parents, step in.
Right.
And step on
Control
them.
your child.
Yeah. Seriously.
Anyway, so that's
So,
fucking.
Those
anyway,
are our headlines.
Anyway, I won.
No,
So,
I don't think so, man. I mean, yours
Listen.
were all right, but mine were a masterpiece. Yours were all right, but like,
If
Yeah.
we were in a race, all right, I would have 4 limbs on the ground propelling me to the finish line.
what are you, a horse?
Yes.
No, dude.
You, my friend, are a one-legged ostrich.
That's not true.
That's you, dude.
No.
You're just hobbling down the way, trying to get to that finish line, but you're not as fast as the motherfucking horse.
Yeah. All right, man.
Should we go into unpopular opinion now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Last segment. This one you guys you're familiar with it. It's called Unpopular Opinions. Y'all know this one. Let me pull it up real quick.
Also, anybody, if you have any headlines you want us that you recommend, that you can send it to either of us. Really, if you want one of us to win and you think it'll help us win, send it over.
Yeah. Do you want to pull up Unpopular Opinion too, and we can kind of that way I'm not like choosing
Yeah,
ones we
let's
talk
do it.
about because I probably don't. Although no, I take that back. I definitely choose the best ones, but I'll let you feel
You
like
don't,
you
though.
you choose some. Oh God, dude,
All right.
some of these are so bad, man.
All right.
We don't read the bad ones, but some of them are so
Yeah,
bad.
if you want to go check out how bad this actually is, just Google unpopular opinion Reddit. Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, I kind of like this one.
Okay.
I'll start. You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Boys should be able to join Girl Scouts if
Just
girls can join the Boy Scouts.
Say that again.
Boys should be able to join Girl Scouts if girls can join Boy Scouts.
So okay, I'm I was a Boy Scout.
Me too.
Okay. Were you?
Yeah, I was a Cub
Nice.
Scout. I
Nice.
never made it to Boy
You
Scouts.
never did the Boy Scouts?
Yeah.
I did Boy Scouts for a few years. But my thing with this is, why don't we just make Scouts?
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
what is the deal?
Right.
Why are we doing like, oh, no, only the boys can go on camping? What are you talking about?
So this guy says the two organizations are completely different.
Well, they're kind of different.
There was so much pressure on the Boy Scouts for letting girls in, but it seems like no one cares about the boys. This might not be an unpopular opinion, but I haven't heard anyone talking about it.
I'm sure people are agreeing with him.
Both should remain sex segregated.
But then, you know,
No, some people are saying both organizations should remain sex segregated. There's nothing wrong with having separate boys and girls. Some people are agreeing with that.
well, okay, so I see. So this is what I think. My logical understanding of why people have a problem with it. They do teach different. They do different things.
Yeah.
Girls, I mean, this is years ago, so maybe it's different now. I don't know. But I remember when my sister was in Girl Scouts, it was very much like, oh, we're learning to sew and we're learning to knit and like
really?
putting on badges. And we're doing community projects for sure. But the Boy Scouts, especially when you got to Boy Scouts, was much more like, oh, we're learning how to start a fire. We're learning how to put up a camp. We're learning how to set up a pot so we can make food over the campfire.
Yeah.
We're learning how to keep warm.
I think they should just combine it.
I think they should too. It should be both, and you can choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because the thing is if you let boys into Girl Scouts, then girls into Boy Scouts, and then the programs stay the same, then you're gonna have people claiming sexism, being like, oh, why is the Girl Scouts doing the knitting and the sewing? Why aren't the Boy Scouts doing the knitting and you're saying boys can't knit, and it's just gonna be a never-ending cycle of like, why can't? And the ultimate answer is to combine the two.
Right, and just combine the curriculums.
Right.
Like, it doesn't have to be separate.
Right.
Or have Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and regular Scouts.
Right.
Like, but offer it.
Right. Like,
Who cares?
girls can learn
Who
to start
cares?
a fire, and boys can learn to knit and sew.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares?
I would love to know how to sew.
Yeah.
And
I
knit.
could fix all my clothes.
Yeah. Also, like, yeah. Also, that is kind of like very 1950s the way it's broken up.
Yeah.
Like,
it is.
Come on.
Like, really? Like, guys do the hard shit, and girls do not the hard shit, but like the masculine shit, and the girls do the typically feminine shit. It's like,
That's a funny one.
you got another one?
Yeah, but I don't know if I should read it. But it's funny. It's not really offensive.
I got one. You ready?
Yeah, okay.
As a male, I prefer peeing sitting down.
Okay, so funny story about this. When I was in India, I was traveling with a group of people.
Yep.
And it was 4 guys and 4 girls, I think. But I was the only American there. And the guys I were with were like, they were really cool. I really liked them. Shout out to Kyle and Patrick. But, and Mark. Mark was the third guy's name. But one of the guys, Kyle from Australia, he said something along the lines of, only bitches sit down when they pee.
Oh my God.
But like, I sit down when I pee sometimes. Depends on how I'm feeling.
Right.
And so I was like, oh.
My heart.
I was like, yeah.
Do you think of me as a bitch?
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Totally.
Yeah, man. Everyone.
Yeah.
Is a bitch.
Yeah, you gotta stand out. Stand out with your stuff.
Yeah, I do it sometimes too.
Yeah, honestly, it depends for me on my mood. Honestly, I think it depends on the time of day. You know, I have a bathroom in my room, so sometimes I'll just stumble over my bathroom, just sit down and pee.
You know what? Like, also, like in public bathrooms, fuck urinals, man. Fuck that shit. They suck.
Oh, see, I don't mind urinals.
Yo, they splash your piss back at you, man.
You're not doing it right, man.
Dude, I'm doing it.
Either you're not doing
fine.
it right, or your flow is too strong.
Well, that might be, man. I've got a strong flow. But honestly, I'm doing it fine. I know how to pee in a urinal.
I don't know.
But
if it's splashing back every time.
No, not every time, but some of them do.
Yeah, some of them will do that.
It's fucking gross.
It's mostly a thing that 5-year-olds deal with, but that's okay, Keith. But yeah, totally.
You know what I like? I like the urinals that I don't even know if
I have an unpopular opinion.
Oh.
You know what I recently realized I like? The smell of those things in urinals. Some of them smell good.
All right. I think,
No, I've recently noticed an improvement.
I think we need to stop the stream now.
I think I've been noticed an improvement. You know what I'm talking about?
An improvement in the smell?
Not the smell of the urinal, but the smell of the
I'm saying
nice smelling thing.
You've
that they
noticed
put in
an
there.
improvement overall in the smell of the urinal pads or whatever the urinal
Yes.
soap.
I feel like that industry is making
Wow.
strides, dude.
You're the guy that walks into the bathroom and goes, "Man, these things 5 years ago, nowhere near where they are now."
It's true, dude.
As you're pissing,
Dude,
dude.
if
smell
it
great.
wasn't there, my experience would not be as great.
No.
No. It really
Fair.
enhances the experience.
Well, listen, to each his own.
I'm not saying it's my favorite thing, but I'm
It
saying
kind of sounds like it's your favorite thing.
honestly, I'm a member of the board for urinal cakes. I think that's what they're called. If they're called urinal.
Wow, you definitely are. You definitely are.
And I was thinking that I would start collecting them and just putting them around, like not in the urinals, but like putting them around
Just
to
put
like
them in the fridge.
just scent the apartment.
Yeah,
Just have them around.
you should. Yeah,
You know,
not a bad idea.
they smell all
I
right,
mean, you could
and
just
they've
get
made major
Febreze.
improvements, man.
You could. You just get like Airwicks, but if you want to go the urinal route, you can go that way.
Whatever.
I don't agree, but to each his own. All right. Uh-oh.
I've got a couple of them. So, okay. This one is interesting.
I'm getting really butthurt right now, man.
If you like to dress up your partner in diapers and pretend they're kids, you aren't kinky, you're a pedophile.
Wait, what is it? This is your unpopular opinion? Or this is one that you're reading?
It's one that I'm reading.
Okay, say it again.
If
Sorry.
you like to dress up your partner in diapers and pretend they're kids, you aren't kinky, you're a pedophile.
Who dresses up their partner?
I guess that's a thing. I guess that is a thing. I've heard of that before.
Prove it.
I can't prove it, man. But
do you dress up your partner in a diaper?
no, of course not.
So it's not real.
She's just already wearing a diaper.
You already do all the other weird shit.
No, dude. I don't think the daddy kink. Oh, there's a name for it.
Oh,
Daddy kink, I guess it's
I'm gonna
called. It's
search.
exactly the same thing as this, but there's something called adult baby diaper lover.
Really?
Come on, come on, people.
That's all they can do. Adult. I'm gonna look this up.
For the most part, I don't believe in kink shaming, but at a certain point, it's just romanticizing pedophilia, and it's fucking
This
gross,
can't
and it's
be
not
real,
okay.
man. This can't be real.
No, I
Diaper
think
fetishism.
no, it's a thing, man. It's absolutely a thing.
Diaper fetish. Everything's on Reddit. We'll just look on Reddit. Diaper fetish Reddit.
People have fetishes for
Age,
everything.
play, and diaper fetish. Wow, it's a not safe for work thread on Reddit with people dressed in diapers.
People have a fetish for everything. This doesn't surprise me at all. But this one is a little strange because you're emulating a child and an infant at that.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
It's
right.
not-
Like not even
an
infant.
right, like a
What are-
baby. That's
It's just
there's.
weird. It's just,
I kind of agree with exactly what he's saying. Like, do what you want to do,
right, but
but that
it's like a little testy. Like you get
Yeah.
a little fucking gross.
like what you gotta ask yourself why is that
right.
why does that turn you on?
Like
you know,
like
that's strange.
if I ever had a partner that was like, I want you to dress in a diaper, I'd be like, what? If we had a kid, what the
right?
I don't
yeah,
want you
that's
near
super
my
strange.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I don't want inherently don't want you near my kid if that's how you're
there's
you're
totally
sexually
people that there's-
aroused by diapers.
Dude, I actually, real quick, I want to see if we can find anybody that's defending this.
Go through the comments.
Oh,
Oh, this is a good one. I have a good
this
one.
this is somebody's response. I completely disagree. This sort of kink isn't close to pedophilia. This kink is being attracted to a post-pubescent adult acting like a baby, which is very far from being attracted to an actual prepubescent person who isn't acting different than normal. I don't buy that.
No, I don't buy it either.
You're acting like a baby.
Right. That's
What is acting like a baby? You're acting like a child.
right. You're putting on a diaper and being goo goo, you're being weird. You're acting like you're one. Don't do that. It's gross.
People are like, when I first saw this on Reddit, I thought it was a comedy sketch.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke. I was like, that can't be real. People have weird fetishes, but that's a weird fetish. All
Dude,
right.
people defending this it's crazy.
You ready for this one?
Yeah.
There should be a with children area in restaurants, just like there's a smoking area.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree 100. I agree, but fuck me if I'm the waiter that's serving in that area.
Yeah, you got to get extra pay for that.
Yeah, you better get
Listen,
an extra little
I
thing.
I really don't.
I don't.
I understand it's hard to have a kid,
Right.
And it's hard to go out and like have a social life, but there's a lot of parents, and I can't, I feel like weird saying this as somebody who doesn't have kids, but control your kids. Some kids are out of control out in public.
They are,
especially in restaurants. I feel like they're like off their rocker.
Well, both of us served. Both of us have experienced it at one point or another.
We've had restaurant jobs.
Dude, I've had so many times where like kids are just throwing shit all over the place, and the parent is like texting on the phone, not paying a damn bit of attention to the kid.
Right.
And it's like this kid. Let me lay it down for you, Mom. The reason this kid is doing this is because you're not paying attention to them.
Right.
If you paid attention to them, they wouldn't be having it. They're doing this because they want attention, and from you, not from anyone else. They don't want it from anyone. They want it from the parent. So like, put your fucking phone down and talk to your kid. But I think there should be a section of restaurants that do that, because a lot of people, like, even though I love kids personally, but if I'm out to eat and I've got like 2 tables around me that have a screaming baby, as much as I love kids, that's not what I want to be dealing with right now.
Yeah.
And that's real.
And it goes back. We had one of these a couple of weeks ago where it was like you're allowed to tell kids to be quiet. Remember that one?
Right.
And it's the only reason that people are saying this is because there's probably too many people
who don't know how to take care of a kid.
Yeah.
You want to do like 2 more?
Yeah, let's do a couple more. There's some good ones on here.
Yeah, there is. I like. Ooh. Oh, this is a nice one. I like this one a lot, actually. Can I say this one?
Yeah.
Do I have your permission?
Yes.
I am more impressed by fat people at the gym than super fit people. I like that.
So I don't think it's an impressed thing. Like, I'm impressed with both of you.
Right. Well, okay, fair.
Like, I'm impressed with the people that are in super good shape.
Who have been able to keep
it. They've worked to get there.
Right.
And, like, good on you for being there if you're trying to get into shape.
I think that's kind of more it. I think I'm more of, like, I have the more of an instinctual, like, good on you sort of, like, initial reaction when I see someone that is not in the best of shape but is working their ass off. There's one thing if you go to the gym and you're out of shape, and I can very clearly tell you're not trying. Not that you're not sweating yet or whatever, but you're not trying. Then I'm like, okay, like, this isn't going to last that long. You can almost see when people are like that.
Also, maybe just, like, don't judge people at the gym. Like,
well, that
they're
too,
at the gym.
yeah.
Like,
that too.
If they're at the gym, like,
they're trying.
Good for you.
They're trying.
Yeah.
Right. You took the first step. But okay, there are people you can judge at the gym. There are definitely people you can judge at the gym. I went to the gym.
Yeah, I have a story about this, but go ahead.
I have an amazing story about this. I was at the gym, the Pace Gym, one time. And so this is where we went to school. And I was down there, and they have, like, these treadmills lined up. And I was on the weights behind the treadmills. So I'm looking at the treadmills. And I see this girl walk in. And now, mind you, there's another weight room across the gym. I was just over there. She wasn't in there, meaning she just came out of the locker room. She just got changed to get onto to work out. She comes over, she gets on the treadmill, and she hits the start button. She takes 2 steps, pulls her phone out, takes a selfie on the treadmill, and then walks out, goes into the bathroom, changes, and goes up the stairs.
No, really?
Yes.
All
so
right.
you can judge that person at the gym.
I might be able to one-up you.
Oh.
Okay, so do you know those like half ball things that you can, like, lay on the ground? It's like half, but it's like a
half yoga ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw some guy flip that over so the flat part was on top.
Yep.
Balancing on it with one foot and tossing a medicine ball like he was juggling it.
What gym?
But it wasn't Planet Fitness. But it wasn't like a workout. Like, it was not a workout, but he clearly thought it was.
Why do you think it wasn't a workout?
You should have seen it.
Was it because of the way he was doing it?
He was balancing on one leg.
Was he in shape?
But he wasn't tossing the ball in a way that was like stimulating muscles. He was like putting it behind his back and like.
It's a weird thing. I will say I see a lot of people that do like any sort of balance.
Don't defend this guy, dude.
I'm gonna defend this guy because I see balance things on.
If you saw him, I almost took a video and sent it to you.
Oh
if you saw him, you wouldn't defend him.
Well, the medicine ball. First of all, that thing flipped upside down and balancing on it. People do.
No, that's normal.
Yeah.
I know that's normal.
Right.
It's what he was doing.
Well,
in addition to it.
Okay, so then to add to that, balancing on that while throwing a ball is also normal because you're working the stabilization muscles in your knees and in your ankles.
Hey. Not at Planet Fitness, dude.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
And not if you don't know how to do it. I'm sure that's a thing.
Yeah.
He was not doing it correctly.
He wasn't doing it right.
He wasn't doing it correctly.
You know, he's trying, man. Don't judge.
I literally just said, hey, man, you're at the gym. Good for you. But then we took it back, and we were like, well, there are some people that
you can judge. Hey, man, don't judge him at the gym. I was going to send you a video of him.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Ooh. How many more? How many more should we do, Craw?
Let's do a couple more. 2 more. 2 or 3 more.
2 or 3 more? Okay. All right. I like.
Let's see here.
Oh, good one. You'll like this one. Should I go again?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, because I'm being way too picky with these.
I know. They're hard to pick from. All right, this one. Professors/teachers who pride themselves in their low pass rates / difficult tests are genuine assholes.
One more time?
Professors and teachers who pride themselves in their low pass rates and difficult tests are genuine assholes.
I'm a little conflicted on this.
Yeah.
Because if you pride yourself on it, you shouldn't pride yourself on that. You shouldn't pride yourself on people not passing your class. However, I'm a pretty big advocate for testing your students and making a class relatively difficult. Don't make it impossible, but I feel like way too many classes are sugar-coated these days.
Make it achievable if you do the work.
Make it the level of difficulty it should be.
Right.
Like, that's what you have to do. And, like, don't give so many freebies. Like, this to me, maybe it's not what the person meant, but it sounds like somebody who, like, just got screwed over in a class.
Right.
You know, it sounds like a bitter student.
Right.
And, like, as somebody who teaches, it's like there are way too many. The entire education system is inflated at this point because of people grading too easily. And so people leave high school and leave college thinking they're way more equipped than they actually are.
Things like scaling, right? Like scaling grades.
Yeah, it's not
like
good.
See, the thing is if you're a teacher that scales grades, right? Let's say the kid that got the highest grade in your class was a C, right? And so now you scale that kid up to an A, and then the kids that were getting Fs are now getting Cs. That's not the kid's fault if that's happening all the time. It's not the kids. That's the teacher.
Yeah.
The teacher needs to figure out a better way to communicate this information to their students.
That's true. There's definitely a line, right? I mean, if you take a sample size of like a class and people are consistently failing in that sample size, but people are teaching the same curriculum in other classes and it's going fine,
right?
Then like that's, you know,
it's a red flag,
right,
on the teacher.
But at the same time, like if it's like 5 or 6 people failed because he gave a hard test and they're complaining, dude, parents do that now. If you get below like an A, even just like an A minus, parents will call the teachers,
right,
or email the teachers and be like, hey, like you need to raise my student's grade.
Right.
It happened to I'm not going to say any name, but it happened to a relative of mine who works at a private school, and he gave a student, it's a private school, and so they take donations and the parents pay for the students to go there.
See, like,
so they're basically buying their kids' grades.
Right.
That's essentially what's happening.
That's unreal.
But he gave the kid I think he gave him like a B or something, and the parent called the school and was like, you need to give my kid an A. Like, do you know the amount of money that I donate to this school? Like, you need to give my kid an A.
I didn't realize that existed.
And he wouldn't do it. He refused to do it. And the school got on his case and forced him to do it, basically. He basically forced him to raise the grade.
See, that's so fucked, man. Like, what are you doing for your kid?
Nothing.
You're doing
Nothing.
you're doing worse. You're doing a detriment
Also,
to
like,
your
think
kid.
about, like, what about everybody that doesn't have that money backing them in the education system?
Right.
Like, that's a sign of privilege. Like,
Yeah.
there is privilege, and that's a very sure sign of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like you can just buy your kids kids and then they get into a good college and then they become successful people and the cycle continues. That's that's no good. It's one thing, like you said, difficult tests are fine. It's if you pride yourself on low pass rates, like if you pride yourself on like, oh, nobody. I'm so glad that I don't know too many teachers that do that, but there are some.
That's like in any profession. Like, that's the equivalent to me of like a boss who's just like never satisfied with their employees. Who's just like it kind of feels like a power trip thing to me.
Yeah.
Like, you get off.
It
on
is
it
a
for
power
some
trip,
reason.
and you can those sorts of teachers. You can see like the little smirk when they're like, "But nobody passed." And like, well. It's like, all right, you are an asshole. That I agree. You are an asshole.
Going off this, let's see what this one says. Schools should be defunded in the United States.
Schools should be defunded.
There have been conducted studies questioning if teaching really correlates with learning. All right, people.
If
people have been teaching for thousands of years.
Hold on. Can you read? Is there any more of this?
Yeah, he goes, and the results were shocking. In an experiment conducted with 100 kids from birth till the age of 30, it was seen that all fundamental and advanced skills in any subject were automatically learned as time progressed. That's not true.
First of all, define fundamental skills. Are you
that could be
walking?
just
Are you, like things that you pick up from your parents? Like,
it says fundamental and advanced skills in any subject. That can't be. How do you just pick up calculus if you're not being told to learn it? How do you just pick up geometry or algebra if you're just no.
That's one of the dumbest unpopular opinions I've heard.
That sounds like fake news.
Education is counterproductive to educating. You're an idiot. You're dumb.
Oh, this is funny. Somebody that commented just said something we were just talking about. I teach in high school, and I agree and I disagree. I agree because, as it stands, education is an absolute farce in the U.S. Students and parents run the schools. Grades are given, not earned, and there is no discipline. As long as this is the case, there is no point in education. I mean, from that point of view.
But that doesn't mean defund education.
And that also doesn't mean teaching doesn't work.
That means reform education.
Right.
That means something needs to be changed, not let's scrap the whole thing.
Right.
That's a bad, yeah. I agree, things need to be changed, but let's not, throw out the whole car just because the automator needs to be fixed.
Yeah, I would like to see that study. I highly, highly doubt that. Like, even if it's not a teacher that's teaching you, like, it could be like at this point, like an AI or a system that's teaching you. Like, people learn from being taught. You don't just like pick up certain skills along the way.
No, you don't. You definitely don't.
You pick up some, but
you definitely don't. I mean, it shows like in underprivileged and undereducated communities where kids don't get that sort of education, and you see what happens. They don't learn those things. I mean, that's just like, it's just case in point. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. I had one. Where is it? No. We should really have these picked up beforehand.
All right, one more.
One more?
You should have to pass a civics quiz before voting.
Yes, I agree. Because what I think is bullshit, and I had an argument with my father about this actually, and he was very adamant on it. Immigrants that come into this country, right? They got to take a test in order to be able to vote, in order to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
And they have to know information that I guarantee 95% of the American population does not know.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. And that's what they're required to know. Just become a citizen and vote. Why aren't we required to do the same? And my dad was like, oh, we're born here. It's different. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. Like,
also, it's kind of a dumb test. It's like you have to know our history to become a citizen.
That shouldn't be the test.
Right.
The test should be like, it should be
literally based on character. And
yes. Moralistic issues.
Well, I guess it is, right? To get into a country, you have to be, I don't even know really what the whole process is. Like, is there an interview process?
Oh, yeah. Interview, background checks. They check up on you for 10 years before you can get in here.
Wow.
Yeah, they like do all sorts of shit. They literally like keep tabs on you.
So lucky to be born in the United States.
Oh yeah. Yes.
That's why it's so difficult for me sometimes to be like, oh, like people are
Fuck
like,
America.
I'm leaving, I'm going.
Right. It's like you don't know what you got until it's gone.
Yeah, it's
I understand there's problems, but don't jump ship because there's problems.
right. Like that doesn't change the fact that millions of people want to come live here
Right, there's
for
a
a reason. And people will even say, well, that's because they're being sold a false dream. And it's like, not really. Like maybe to like the extent of like, yeah, money doesn't grow on trees here, and not everybody that comes here is going to become a millionaire.
Right.
But the dollar here, as opposed to other countries, is incredibly strong.
Right.
Like there is a value to it. There is something drawing them here. It's just more pragmatic than some people make it out to be.
This country has been built and has been maintained for hundreds of years on immigrants. It was built on immigrants. It's been maintained on immigrants forever since it was founded. So I don't know. I don't get the notion of like I don't know. It's like it's founded on immigrants, you know? Like why are you trying to push people out? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, well, for a country to I understand like
or keep people out rather, not push people out.
I understand like
saying.
like there are certain like mechanisms in place that if
Mhm.
we just let them fall away, then the country might not function properly, and like those mechanisms need to stay in place. Like you can't just have like open borders and let everybody come in and be citizens.
Right.
I get that.
And I don't think a lot of people are advocating for that. I think that's a very small, minute amount of people that are saying, well, we need open borders. No one is saying.
I don't know who's advocating for that. Like, I see some people posting about that. I'm like, well, do you know what that means?
Open borders? Like, totally open?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
There are people that, you know, they're like, there are certainly people that are like, all borders are just like made up, man. And
yeah.
there are people like that.
I appreciate your optimism. And
it's like, yeah, that's true. But like we live in a society that functions a certain way. And this isn't. I feel like if people listen to this, they'd be like, Grant is totally against immigrants.
Right.
Like, it's not even what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm saying like I want everybody to come in here as fast as possible. I want the process to be streamlined.
Right.
That's what needs to happen. The process needs to be reformed and
more money
streamlined.
into border security and immigration, but not in the way that they're talking about it. In the way that
Processing.
Let's get more people on the processing
and figure out a way
jobs.
to like bring in as many people as possible.
Right.
Who
Bring in
that
the
want to
right
be
people.
here.
And people that want to be here and the right people.
Yeah.
You know, like should be no problem if someone comes to the border and they have a clean background check and they have a family with them and they want to come to this country and they've done. Why are they waiting 10 years? Why?
Yeah, that's a long time.
Let them in. Let them work. I don't get it. And then along with that, people that they're taking away all the jobs. Fuck you. You wouldn't work the jobs they're working.
No way.
Guarantee it. You would not work those jobs.
Some of the hardest working people I've worked with, especially like in the restaurant industry in New York, are immigrants.
Yes.
I mean, they work like crazy.
They work.
They're amazing workers. Man. They're amazing people. They work so hard.
I do jiu-jitsu with a guy who I'm not sure if he has like an immigrant mentality, and he tells me he works like 15 to 18-hour days to support his kid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I used to know guys that slept in the restaurant.
Yep.
They would sleep in like the room with all they would sleep on the cloths, like the napkins.
The napkins and everything. Yeah. They work incredible amount of hours, 6 days a week, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And then they do that.
But they do that
because
family. They have an experience of not being in the U.S.
Right.
So they know how much like to them the money they're making
is
like
everything.
That is an American dream,
right?
In a sense, like it is. Like, granted, they're working a lot, but they're able to send money back to their families.
Well, because they can control it.
Yeah.
They can control how much of that they're keeping and how much they're making. You know,
I have heard the argument though that the reason, like another argument against, is that they do send the money back to their families.
They do,
and so that it's not recycled back into the U.S. economy.
Right. I've known people that do that. That would get fixed if you allowed their families to come over here.
Yeah, that's true.
Easy. Allow the families to come over,
hey,
and now the money doesn't go into another country's taxes and another country's revenue. Like, easy.
Fix it.
Figure it out, Trumpy.
Is that all?
I think that's it.
Okay.
That was a pretty long episode.
Okay. Yeah, it was long.
For 3 20-minute segments.
Yeah. Okay.
I
don't
still
think it was
definitely
20
won,
minutes.
though.
Nah, dude. But, you know, if you want to tell Keith how much he lost that game, he's awful, wasn't he? You could tweet at him. Find us on Instagram. Find us on Facebook. We'll see you next week.
Chill. See you later, people. Bye-bye.